Alright, Israel versus Palestine debates here on YouTube. Let me hit this one more time since it wasn't looping. You gotta help me. Come on now. You can debate me, I'm pro Palestine, or y'all can go at it yourselves. Whatever, we're on TikTok. And we're on YouTube. Hold on. Alright, on the YouTube now. I think we got it going. It's not gonna put this. Oop, lost connection. Well, we got a bunch of going on. Just want to put some hashtags. Thank you. Get mad about it. Alright, let's see. Let's get some hashtags here. Got another phone here. Try this one. But yeah, I seen somebody put this street sign, and it's freaking awesome. Bombing for peace is like looking for virginity, and that's freaking badass. It's like it was violence to get peace. Wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try to be a virgin. All right, politics. I don't know. I'm not ChatGPT. I guess not made for kids, even though we want the youth to see this. All right, swear. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. We got that up. Hashtags are saved. Oh shit. There we go. I'm just going like that and you, but maybe. Israel versus Palestine debates live on YouTube. See if we can't get a yeah. There we go. That's what the YouTube sees right now, I think. Let's see if we can prop this up. Alright. Any Israelis, anybody? Any? Any friends, any flat earthers? I think life is the most important. Existence, all the bugs and things, birds, bees, whatever, endangered, Palestinians. Americans, everybody's endangered them some way, shape, or form. Trying to depopulate a debate here. Pick up phone right now. Welcome to the noticing. I'm gonna bring this back up. Rest in peace to Kirk, but he was noticing. Noticing patterns is a sign of a high IQ, folks. Oh shoot. Noticing patterns is a sign of a high IQ. Well, let's try. Why ain't it repeating? Oh, that's why. Hopefully they can see that on YouTube. Anybody want to come up? They can come in the box. Let's get some boxes going, folks. Step right up. Step right up. Back up phone. If you've seen the picture I put on screen, what it say? Bombing for peace is like fucking looking for virginity. Come on, folks. We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team. But we gotta get peace. But first, so come on, step it up. Israel is a terrorist state. It's a terrorist nation founded on genocide, founded on the right and freedoms for us to sin more than anybody. And as from the chosen TV series and from the Bible directly, they raise their children to be twice the children of hell as they are. So if anybody wants to come prove me wrong, I guess I'm very anti-Semitic because I got Jewish friends and Jewish people like Jacob Berger, that we talk on the lives a couple times, and he's like, I'm Semitic as a Chinese person. So I don't know. We're looking for anybody to come prove us wrong. We got some clips here we'd like to try to play and hopefully maybe showing the YouTube stream. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is going to handle it. But come show your evidence here, anybody. Evidence want to defend Israel since now they are being recognized by the UN and they voted on a president the other day. I believe, or they're going to if they didn't. Palestine's now officially genocide, but they didn't all the way back in 1940. The 6 million number was proposed all over media and newspapers at the time to be part of a Soviet Holocaust that never happened or whatever. The Bolshevik Revolution's not talking about where they killed people. But so the Jews never, 6 million Jews, these Jews never died there. And then it was the Polish and other places, and then it was the Europeans. So a lot of these places where they were at, they weren't even in Germany. And then it became the European Holocaust on record on newspapers. 6 million could die, never happened. Then, that was decades for the Mustache Man, and then they needed a scapegoat. It took a while, and they eventually blamed the Mustache Man. And then say that he is going to kill 6 million. And they say on record by the end of it, who is it? The Nuremberg or somebody document, what it was only 20,000, if that. And even JFK criticizing the numbers before he was dead. Like, wait a minute. They didn't even have this certain amount of people to start with. How could this many people died? and they still have this left. So anybody want to come prove wrong, come defend Israel. A lot of people trying to censor people like Myron, me, and others when they come up here, but they don't actually bring receipts. They say it's internet memes, but they won't actually go get the Talmud, crack it open, and do the translation. What about this verse? Well, I'd think about it. I'm sure there's stuff in there that might say something like that, like it says it or it doesn't. Or it's the internet meme thing. Oh yeah, you guys don't know what you're talking about. And some of the most biggest promoters of Israel on these TikTok things that are here every night, on a regular, say they're not even Jewish. A lot of them say they're not even of this religion. That's not a race, because you got dark Israelis, black Israelis that are in here saying fuck Palestine, that are brainwashed kids, and you got all sorts of color. Like the races are here, but they're Jewish. But I thought black people couldn't be Jewish, but they're in Israel. So I don't think anyone can just live in Israel. Oh yeah, there's a few Muslims and Christians, but they get spat on and shit on. So I don't know. We're out here. They asked to make live. Don't care. Come prove us wrong. We're on the YouTube. Let me make sure we're muted up here on the YouTube. Let's check the live stream. Different mirror effect. I think we're just so we get that back. I think what we do is alright, go through the thing here. For those of you listening, UCO won against Washburn. I guess they're not that far away. If it would, that'd have been the away game to go to, but it was a home. Oh shit. Very strange. Very strange. Let's just go ahead.
Charlie Kirk memorial service is very bizarre. As always, this is your host, Truth Seeker here, and this is
We got a lot of shit.
another edition. For instance, here you see fire going off. Now, this is supposed to be a memorial service, right? Now, of course, they are saying it was a celebration of Charlie Kirk's life. But first, we had the bizarre stuff where...
Well, I'll give you that. A celebration of his life. And we're trying to make more of a happy thing than a sad thing here lately with, I guess you call it a funeral. On the news, they called it. I mean, it's a weird funeral. Where's the body? Where's the... I guess you don't always have open casket, but even doing this with him there, his body there, it's kind of a traditional thing.
She recorded herself over Charlie's casket, right, wearing a G ring, right? And then you have this right here. And, I mean, look at the colors that she is wearing on top of that. The white with the black. Now, obviously, that is one of their calling cards. Now, you could say truth. They were mentioning, Jesus during this. Mentioning Jesus. And kudos to them for that.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it.
Anybody want to
Meet Base 44, a complete AI creator.
But see, what these people do is they do stuff to tug at your heartstrings. And the big way to tug at a lot of people's heartstrings is, through
sports, religion, and
faith. Now, I'm a Christian myself, is being preached, on live TV like this. It really is. But there's a lot of dark symbolism surrounding this event. Okay, now I'm not against Jesus being mentioned. I'm not, obviously, because I'm unashamed of Jesus Christ. He's my everything. But this event had a lot of bizarre things about it. Case in point, as I already pointed out, the black and red symbolism, and usually red has to do with sacrifice, has to do with a blood ritual. And even the white has to do with, purity. And then the black, obviously, the white and the black is duality. So there's a lot of different symbols surrounding this. And again, this also took place during a partial solar eclipse. And something else Junior talked about. Listen to this.
He thought that conversation was the only way to heal our country. And it was important, particularly during a technological age, when we are all hooked into social rhythms, social algorithms that are hacked into the reptilian cores of our brain.
Now, listen to what he talked about. It almost sounds in a roundabout way as if he's talking about man merging with machine, right? It also a certain species, a certain type of species, the reptile, people. I mean, that's very bizarre that he mentioned that. So again, you tell me what is going on. You tell me what is going on, because there's a lot of bizarre things surrounding Charlie Kirk and what happened to Charlie Kirk, or the character known as Charlie Kirk. Again, at this event, but again, there was a lot of dark symbolism surrounding this event. Case in point, look at this. Trump and Elon reunited. They ended their beef completely from the looks of it. But look what they are flashing. They are flashing the pyramid, the inverted pyramid that they constantly flash, that others like Andrew Tate and the list goes on, flashes over and over and over and over, because they are showing you that they are part of the club, that they are with the cult, the club, the system. This is what these people flash stuff like this right here. It's all by design. And if you look right here, it looks almost as if Elon is trying to flash the devil horns. So that is very bizarre in and of itself. And again, this whole thing with Trump and Elon's beef, this feud that they had, was nothing more than part of the show. This was nothing more than a WWE script. That's what this was. And then even right here, if you notice, Elon and Freemason type handshake. Notice how Dana's hand is with the finger going up near the wrist and stuff like that. I mean, come on. If people can't see by now that there was a dark symbols surrounding this event, this memorial service, I don't know what more I can say, because there was indeed a lot of symbolism around this event. There was. I mean, come on. All of the color themes and the fact that they chose to do the thing with Charlie 3 days after a blood moon, and then they chose to have his memorial service on a partial solar eclipse. Now, the solar eclipse could not be seen in America, but still, it's very interesting. And the fact, speaking of the duality, he said this right here, Elon did. Charlie was unalived by the dark for showing people the light. Dark to light. That is more duality. Charlie was a believer. He was a Christian, people coming out of the darkness into the light. No, there is a double meaning with this, because obviously Elon is a Satanist. He has been seen wearing the Baphomet on his chest. So this is not what Elon is referring to with this. Now, if it was, somebody else closely related to Charlie Kirk, mentioning this, then that would be different, right? But the fact that Elon is mentioning this should tell you he is mentioning the duality right there for everybody to see, dark to light. Because this is what these people are about. This is what these people do constantly, over and over and over again. They show you exactly what they are about. And again, Elon is definitely not a Christian because he's about man merging with machine. He's about microchipping people in their brains, and the list goes on. And speaking of the reptilian thing, doesn't Erica Kirk's eyes look a little bizarre? Anything, right? It's probably just the lighting, but I wanted to also point that out. But again, this whole entire thing with Charlie Kirk was one big ritual, in my honest opinion. And there's a lot of hidden symbolism surrounding this because, again, there's a reason Charlie Kirk was wearing white. There's a reason he wore a shirt with the words freedom on it. There's a reason it involved his neck. There is a reason for. They are telling you without telling you that they are going to come for the remaining freedom that you have and that I have. And look at this right here. Erica Kirk made sure to flash the devil horns. Now, I know you're going to have people out there be like, oh no, that means I love you. That is sign language for I love you because she has the thumb out. No, 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 no. This was the devil horns. This is what this was. This was about their as above, so below. It boils down to at the end of the day. This whole entire thing with Charlie Kirk was nothing more than order out of chaos. And you can't be deceived by these people because there are people that are wolves in sheep's clothing. There are. So, again, everything surrounding this stuff with Charlie Kirk just seems very strange. Now, obviously, the character is gone, right? But is the person gone? I guess that's another discussion for another. Again, it's by no accident, it's by no coincidence that they chose the date that they did for the memorial. It's by no accident, it's by no coincidence the day that happened to Charlie Kirk was 33 days before his next birthday. It's by no coincidence that the character Charlie Kirk and George Floyd both share the same birthday. It's by no accident, it's by no coincidence that the date that happened, that the day that happened was 88 days after Trump's recent birthday, and Trump has all of these ties to 88, and obviously 8.
And mark this, bud. That's crazy, bro. Stadium. It's fucking huge. Anyway, Israel versus goes up. Oh yeah, I guess Facebook will do it. Forgot my Facebook and Instagram. Let's take Instagram this time. Shall we? Uh, there it is. Let's see if we can get the shit. Oh, I see that. Let's see. There it goes. That last again, I have my turbocharged top-notch BW. That 9% of haters, atheists, their entire miserable life. I was doing 70 miles per hour on the highway. What global believers want to believe I live on a spinning ball that does 67,000 miles per hour, and yet I cannot even feel the earth spinning. Bunch of delusional drug addicts. Alright, that's what we're right here, reels maybe.
No! No, 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 not Brittany. Not Brittany. No, no, no. No, no, no. Carl, we lost Brittany. We lost Brittany. Brittany fell down the hole. She fell down a hole.
Here we
Did
go.
you see what's going on in Nepal? Nepal felt threatened because they, like the youth, was going to organize against the government. So they shut down all social media, Instagram. You know what? They burned governmental house down. They killed the prime minister's wife. They overthrew their government, and they just an oppressive government. They don't want the people to see that that's possible. And regardless if that's yeah, go look this stuff up. The Nepalese government was completely overthrown by the youth who have elected a new prime minister on Discord. Did you see what's going on in Nepal? Nepal felt threatened because they felt like the youth was going to organize.
How do I start an F-16? Questions real. I stole an F-16. Flip the master all the 16. Set the fuel pump, start the number 2. I stole an F-16. Engine whining as the turbines chew. I stole an F-16. Turn the RV.
That's not the only video. They have like sea shanties. They have F-16, like A-10 bomber, tanks. Like, I think they are trying to get us to resist, guys. Who's gonna be the one that does it first? Like, I feel like I can fly an F-16 now. Allahu Akbar.
Hard an F-16, the question's real. I stole an F-16. Flip the master, all the lights begin to feel. I stole it.
Basically, you go straight that way for a while until you fuck all the way off.
If you made it here, you haven't went. You just need to keep fucking right on off. On there, get.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, back up, mate. You've come too far. You've hit Australia, and there's definitely no fucks given down here.
Basically,
Okay, partial reason why it is being switched over is because of some of this information. And this is not the full reason, but this is part of it. They don't want you to know any more truth than you already know. We gotta make sure we control all the narrative, and that is knowledge. So knowledge is power, but wisdom is more powerful. So the Father will grant you wisdom. So I want to teach about law. Okay, so there is different types of law that many of us don't realize. We heard about this. I was so confused when I went to this bar thing, why I couldn't talk about the Constitution. It made no sense to me. So after the first judge said, you can't bring up the Constitution, I'm like, this makes zero sense. I gotta figure this out. For the last 3 years, I've been digging, and I want to share some of the stuff I've learned. Okay, so within law, you have land, air, and water. So land is common law. Water is admiralty law or maritime law. Okay, so basically they're saying they're working off piracy, like the pirates back in the day. They're working off of that, docks and ports and packages and shipments and products. So when we go to, okay, what this bar is the British Accredited Registry. So Britain runs all of this. Okay, so the Crown is the one running our our laws. Wait, I thought we live in America and have this constitution. No, we don't. Because they run this. So this is kind of here. The Supreme Court's supposed to let us have this, but they're so blackmailed now. Everybody's blackmailed. That everybody's falling into this category and making everybody go to this category because you can't claim these categories. Okay? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So if you wonder why I have this paper here all the time, and the actual rights that I do have given by the Father and given by the Lamb. Okay? So I don't know where to start right now. Okay, so ecclesiastical is basically biblical. It's biblical law, which is Torah. Torah is the law. Torah, the word is the law. Love is the law. The commands is the law. Okay? When you come to law over here in human side, there's all this human error going on. There's meddling, there's corruption, there's biasness. So they're not actually following the law. So with this whole Epstein thing going on right now, we're like, wait, what's going on? Why are they turning on her? And why is she turning on us? Because she swore an oath to follow the bar first. Okay? The client isn't ever represented when it comes to the bar. It's always the bar's first. Whatever the bar wants, the bar gets. And that means they report back to Britain to get the real information, what I do here, which has to do with Israel. So the bar is pretty much Israel in a sense too. Okay? So in here there's statutory law, there's equity in that sense. So everything's based off a product. A product. You're not a living thing. So you came out of your mother's womb through water, which was the birth canal. They use it like shipments. You are a vessel. Okay, your vessel then, the minute you sign that birth certificate, it was a death certificate, saying we give up rights of my living person to you, the government, and now you run us under an LLC. So the Social Security number is your LLC. I forget the website, but there's a website you can go on to, and you can look up your Social Security number, and you're being sold on the stock market. Not the normal stock market you're thinking of. It's a different one. It's where they trade.
Alright, so just follow me along on this, how court really works. The judge is acting as fiduciary over yours under the assumption and presumption that they're operating as the guard. Right, they're trying to get you to come in and place your body on the line as surety, operating in the capacity of the trustee. What they've actually done is gone and taken the bonds, the surety bond, the what do you call it, the appearance bond, and there's one bond that I'm missing. But what it is. But look, this is the thing is, right, these bonds are created out, which is putting them in the position of the trustee themselves, but what they're trying to do is get you to come in so that they can have
A week that just happened from Barak, the ex-prime minister of Israel, one of the very buddies. Thousands of like alternative sources are talking about it, but the mainstream media totally silent. Radio silence. And I have spent the last, I don't even know how long, take you with me. This is just the start. This is just preliminary reporting. There's a lot of files, and just figuring out how to even analyze them has been a whole process. But through that process, working with my buddy over here on one screen and the reports on the other screen and getting AI analyzed, by the end of this, we're going to get to how they were surveilling the Hillary Clinton campaign. Oh yeah. And Putin and Jeff Bezos, Bill Clinton, Benjamin Netanyahu, and there's links that will go to email report. But first, I just want to tell you how we got here. Because when you actually download the leaked emails, they come from 2 different emails. But when you go into those emails, there is just this whole mess of folders. And in each one, there's files, is an individual email, right? But we're talking like 50,000 emails or more, each individual files in all these different folders. How the fuck are we going to analyze them? So lately, I've been playing with AIs in terms of helping find sources, helping dig through complex details and data, and helping get to primary sources. And or in this case, aggregate thousands of email files and turn them all into one file that we can search all at once. Because not all in one place. You can't search them. And Peter Thiel and have it find you where Peter Thiel is. In my code wizard buddy, we got on here. He taught me how to use the most basics of Python, and he helped me out and did it with me. Crash course in coding, and we wrote out all this crazy code, and like, it's a long story. We'll skip it. But we wrote a program that would put them all into one JSON file, and then we got the JSON file, and it's real big when you scroll through it. It's all of them extracted with critical information retained, like file names and file paths, day the email was sent, who it's from, who it's to, etc. But now it's searchable, and now we can put AI into them and have AI start scraping through it and be like, find me every instance of this or that, or look for patterns here or there. And that's where we stumbled across something kind of random that at first we thought was a nothing burger. Is in one of the little reports that it made summarizing what it was finding in the files, it mentioned Clinton and Clinton Foundation and surveillance of the Clinton Foundation. And I was like, wait a minute. You're telling me that Jeffrey Epstein and Ehud Barak are communicating behind the scenes about surveillance on the Clinton administration? Please tell me more. And so then it wrote up this little executive summary. This is all AI generated, all about what it found about the Clinton Foundation. And this is where it gets complicated. Because you can't just trust AI to just tell you the truth and not double check it. You have to double check AI. And so what I always do every time that I'm using AI for anything is I build in source, primary source where it is getting the information from. In this case, those are emails. But out on the internet, maybe that's to an article or to a statement or to, a document or something.
That's wild.
And so we had to build in links to the emails that it's referencing to make these claims about the Clinton Foundation. And this is the original email. And it kind of looks like a nothing burger. It's from no reply at relsci.com. It's kind of just like a newsletter with a bunch of headlines in it, which is like, oh, that's not very interesting. I mean, I think we're just accessing his spam folder at this point, right? And one of these digs where it's just like, it's weird, or it doesn't make sense, or you don't understand something, you should just look a little deeper. So this weird newsletter thing is published and produced by Relationship Sciences LLC, a relationship science. The heck of it, we look up Relationship Science LLC, we ask for a little summary of what they're doing, we dig into them. Basic AI summary, probably the easiest way to get this description out. Relationship Science LLC does a web-based platform to build business relationships for selling and growing, providing clients the information needed to close a deal, win a client, raise capital, get the inside track, meet new partners. Still sounding like it's just a random newsletter that he signed up for at one point and forgot to unsubscribe from. That's not what it is. The RelSci platform provides real-time, people-driven intelligence on over 10 million influential decision makers and over 1.8 million organizations across the public, private, financial, and nonprofit sectors. Clients receive 360 alert emails so they can stay current with the ones that matter most to them. This appears to be their key newsletter product that would have reached Epstein and Barak. This RelSci service costs $3 for Wall Street professionals who understand that if you get one extra deal, the price is irrelevant. So this is a high-end monitoring program that you sign up for, and then it gives you high-end paid reports on people that you want to monitor, whether it's so you can make a deal with them, or you just want to keep an eye on your competitors, or you want to know what your old blackmail buddy is up to. So we asked some clarifying questions. Is this like a random newsletter that's just sending them random information about random powerful people, or are they specifically requesting reports on the Clintons and maybe other people? Yes, based on how RelSci services work in related activities, and here's why, etc. There's all these filters. It's very customizable. It's very tailored and specific. So when Ehud Barak is receiving these RelSci reports about Hillary Rodham Clinton, Bill Clinton, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Bill Clinton, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Bill Clinton, they're receiving that because they have paid thousands of dollars for this service and have specifically tailored their subscription that those are people that they want to keep tabs on. So naturally, we got curious and had the AI scrape the entire list of emails that was leaked and find every single email that came from no reply at relsci.com. Write up a little report, include links to the original emails, please and thank you. Do a little tweaking through version 1 and 2 and 3. And here we are. They were surveilling Hillary Clinton reports about her relating mostly to her presidential campaign in 2016. They were surveilling Vladimir Putin. They were surveilling Jeff Bezos, Bill Clinton, Benjamin Netanyahu, Bill Gates, Larry Summers, Michael Bloomberg, George Soros. The list goes on. And again, this is not like some advanced intelligence operation. This is just basic data collection that they're paying for this service to keep tabs on all these people. But to clarify, Jeffrey Epstein, the lone pedophile, was working with Ehud Barak, the ex-prime minister of Israel, the ex-head of military intelligence in Israel. This is just scratching the surface. That's just the first thing that I just thought was super interesting. I gotta still shower and shave. I literally just moved into this new library where we're gonna be building.
The rapture coming in just 2 days from now, September 23rd.
See free little piggies and I like the strapping and a half.
Yes, can I speak with Tom May? She's calling. So this is Mike Stewart with Network. You've been selected to receive a complete digital satellite system.
Let me give you a little bit as to who I am and where I'm from. 10 years ago today, I was living under a bridge in downtown Jeffersonville, Indiana. A few months later, I turned myself into a homeless shelter. I hadn't done in a very long time. And I discovered this thing called manifestation. And I had never heard of such an idea, but at the rock bottom fucking low that I found myself at, I became absolutely addicted to it and obsessed with it. And
Fuck me, girl.
Why are you giving me this?
No, this is my information, your ID and everything.
Driver's license.
That's all I have.
You never had a driver's license?
Nope.
Are you doing one of those things? Okay.
You don't got a driver's license or plates?
Operating in the private, sir.
What's that?
I said I'm operating in the private.
Operating in the private?
Yes, sir.
You're on a public roadway, though.
You still got the constant to travel.
But you also need a valid driver's license to operate a motor vehicle.
That's if you operate commercially, sir.
Where are you headed?
To the United States of America Republic.
You're already in the United States.
I know, I said I'm going to the Republic.
Where's the Republic at?
We in the Republic right now. We're traveling through the United States of America
Where's your
Republic.
destination?
The Republic, the United States of America Republic.
Okay, where's that?
That's in the Republic.
What do you want now?
Where's that at?
In the Union Republic states.
Okay, so when you put your GPS on, put Republic and it comes up.
The United States of America Republic.
This comes from the Taquan X channel. He was issued a ticket for an ID that he didn't have, but claims the cops couldn't take his car or perform any searches or seizures when he was stopped in Illinois. He possesses no driver's license, no registration, no plates, and no insurance. And he was still able to drive away because when they kept asking him what his address was and where he lives, he kept telling them the United States of America Republic. Let's take a look at how he handled this traffic stop.
How you doing?
Hey, do you have a driver's license?
Yes, sir.
So you don't have a license?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay. Do you have a place?
Yeah.
Is that a plate? Is that an actual plate?
It's my plate.
Your own plate?
Yeah.
DMV?
From Florida.
Is it a registered plate in the state of Florida?
No, it's not.
No.
Right.
Why are you giving me this?
No, this is my information. You asked my ID and everything.
Driver's license.
That's all I have.
You never had a driver's license?
Nope.
How are you driving now?
I'm traveling.
Are you doing one of those things? Okay. Be right back.
Okay. Remember that person you gave me on him? Yeah. Just pull it off.
So, in the state of Illinois, you need to have a valid driver's license and valid plates. If you don't provide me with those two things, I'm gonna have to write you the tickets, okay?
Okay.
And I'm guessing you live here, right?
No.
Alright, what's your address?
I live in the United States of America Republic.
Alright. Here's the thing, man. I need to know where you live so I can write you those tickets. If I can't, if you don't tell me where you live, then I gotta take you in.
I know. I live in the United States of America Republic.
I do too. But to make this go smooth for everybody, if you give me an address, we can get you out of here as quickly as possible.
I live in the United States of America Republic, sir.
Okay. So you're not where you live?
I don't live in the federal territories. I live in the United States of America Republic.
Where is that?
The United States of America Republic, sir.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I live in the United States of America Republic, sir.
Alright. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's another thing. Never give a contractual waiver. Minimum contacts. Always remember that, Ashley. Minimum contacts. That's when you give an address, you waive your rights. You don't have a phone number. You don't have a mailing address. You reside in the United States of America Republic. They can't overstep until they get the address. Of course not. Yeah. Talking about a ticket. They're trying to get a contractual waiver in order to gain personal jurisdiction. That's exactly what they do. They try to get a contractual waiver in order to gain personal jurisdiction. You don't got to argue. You don't got to be hostile. You don't got to do nothing. Like no jurisdiction. Here go another. They can overstep. Watch this. Don't worry about it. But that's why you give no contract. Worst case scenario, you get your daddy to drive the truck back. You heard me? Huh? You get your daddy. No, you gotta drive. But.
No, I can't drive. I gotta try it.
No, hell no, not right now. Fuck no. I don't know nobody don't even know their license. I'm good. See right there, three pulled up.
Don't resist.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
You don't got a driver's license or plates?
Operating in the private, sir.
What's that?
I said I'm operating in the private.
Operating in a private?
Yes, sir.
You're on a public roadway, though.
You still got the constitutional right to travel.
You do, but you also need a valid driver's license to operate a motor vehicle.
That's if you was operating commercially, sir.
Where are you headed?
To the United States of America Republic.
You're already in the United States.
I know, I said I'm going to the Republic. Through the United States of America
Where's your
Republic.
destination?
The Republic, the United States of America.
Okay, where's that?
That's in the Republic.
Where's that at?
In the Union, in the.
When you GPS on, you put Republic and it comes up?
I put United States of America Republic.
Okay, and it tells you where you go?
Yes.
So now for Israel, which we're saved for 514 means several things. If we remember, Yahweh exiled the Canaanites from Israel because of their child sacrifice and pagan idolatry of Moloch. They became the wanderers, and eventually the Aryan mafia that would rule our world. In 1917, the Rothschilds leaders of the Synagogue of Satan, purchased Palestine from the English via the Balfour Declaration, which neither party had the right to buy or to sell. Palestine belonged to its rightful heir, the Palestinians, who are the biblical Hebrews, the true Israelites. So much indoctrination has led us to believe that the Palestinians were the occupiers, and that the Ashkenazi Jews, descendants of Cain and the Khazars, had been displaced and therefore entitled to return to their homeland. This is the biggest political propaganda scam that the Rothschilds, with the aid of Zionist author Theodor Herzl, have perpetuated.
Now, I just learned about this that actually owns billions of dollars of Israeli war bonds. My ADHD downfall is I want to dive deeper. Which areas of Florida? Or was this just a lump sum from the state of Florida?
I didn't really get that.
Let's go back to the whole flat plane.
I got a lot of you guys in my DM saying Charlie Kirk was a distraction.
Well, what I know look classified.
Oh, largely classified? So that would imply, and can you tell us about that or no?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not known to the public.
What would happen if you told us that it was the Jews?
I would be held criminally liable. What I know about...
That's the best one. Now, what happened if you tell us, you did tell us it was news? My grandma here. Funny. Got that slip.
End of the day, you know, bond in the courtroom because what you say goes.
If you feel like you hate everyone, eat low.
Morning, everybody.
Anyone else think it's strange that you died in a sacrificial manner?
Oh, man.
Do you remember Larry Silverstein, the 99-year lease on Twin Towers? Do you remember when he claimed in court that he was entitled to receive double the policy amount because it wasn't one plane, it was two of them, two separate occurrences, potentially $7.1 billion lie. In the end, the jury declared it one single occurrence.
I'm asking who's
If I'm detained or free to go.
and I'm asking whose car is this?
If I'm not detained, I'm gonna leave.
No, you are.
Oh, I'm detained? Okay, then I can answer questions without an attorney.
I need your ID or your name and date of birth.
Not answering any questions or cooperating.
I have 96 cars as of 6. 2 Yescos, 3 Paganis, 2 Bugattis, everything. We have 2 new V12s because you told me that I couldn't afford them and you were lying. Yes, you.
Never outshine brothers. If I'm from day one.
Do you think this is a game?
No, I'm just doing my.
I also am doing my job. I also am doing my job, man.
Driver's license and insurance card.
And you can address your questions to me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need a valid driver's license and insurance card.
Okay, she can provide those.
Let's talk to you for just a minute here. You said you've had nothing to drink this evening.
You know, look, I fucking hate women cases. And I want a wife, I want to have, but I'm not going to be fucking happy about it because I'm a lone wolf Sigma male. I'm a true Sigma boy. And women cramp my style, and I'd rather throw elbows at them than anything like that. You know,
money lives in a... Yes, well, I produced the first empirical studies to prove that if I'm a 1,000-year history of banking, sort of as deposit taking institutions that lend money The legal reality is banks don't take deposits and banks don't lend money. At law, the word deposit is meaningless. Law courts and various judgments have made it very clear you give money to a bank, even if it's called deposit. This money is simply a loan to the bank. It's true.